I did online school,
You were
dual school. No, that applies, you know.
So she was spitting,
It was like one of
kind
the first.
So she was spitting, kind of. So she was spitting. You know, I always expected Taylor Lorenz to be the first person to say I was their stalker. There was the shout out to me. Oh my God, I didn't even grab that clip because I was grabbing so much other shit. Towards the end of the episode, I was actually in the shower listening. I was in the shower listening to the final moments. I was like, yeah, I'll just put it on in the shower. She shouted me out, and not in a great way. She essentially said, she kind of accused me of stalking and harassing her because I searched for something on Twitter about her. And so I just want to show you. Thanks,
Good
guys.
Lemon gave $5.
Thanks, One Good
With
Lemon.
Peace and love. This episode was a masterclass in manipulation. No
Yeah.
accountability, no apology, nothing learned.
Yeah, I feel a little similarly. I got really tired of her, like, poor me stuff, like making it about her, trying to. I mean, there were times where, I mean, she's talking, whatever. We'll get to it, right? And again, this is her bringing up me was being like, I'm also being harassed. And this was the level of harassment she's receiving from the H3 community. She brought me up as harassing her, as if to say it was at all similar to Ethan and Hila being harassed by the Snarkers and having CPS called on them. So here's the context of it.
I got a human skulls in the mail. I mean, can he really?
And the human skulls as well. Sorry, let me put this back to normal. I was jamming through it.
Again,
CPS come to my house. I got human skulls. I mean, at what point do we stop calling me paranoid?
and also, again, to be honest, you know, with you know the people finding my aunt's photo,
Literally, she's like, yeah, but sure, CPS came to your house and your kids and talked to your kids multiple times. Someone else sent skulls to your house, but this girl with a microphone, like, girl, do you not hear yourself?
which, by the way, also, girl with a microphone apparently tweeted asking and
Apparently tweeted, which means she didn't see it, which means someone showed it to her, which means she's still hanging out in the Snark subreddit. Or knows people who do, and they send her things. Girl, the smartest thing you can do for your own health is to stop looking up that shit.
AI. Let me find the actual tweet, you know, so I don't again misquote it.
Oh, good. Oh, that is good. That's a good soundbite for sure. Yeah, don't misquote me.
Asking Grok if I was homeschooled, and then like they brought up random Madison Harnish and what high school they go to,
Grok
and then
news?
Which was very weird and not at all what I wanted. I don't want to know about some random fucking high schooler.
she asked,
Jesus.
and then she asked Madison Harnish, aka Cruel World Happy Mind, was she homeschooled? And then they say, got it. You mean the YouTuber Madison Harnish of Cruel World Happy Mind. After checking bios, videos, and searches, I found no info indicating she was homeschooled. Her education background isn't publicly detailed. If that's wrong, point me to a source. Like trying to find my schooling information.
To be fair, I don't
all
think
of
that's
that.
what she was trying to do.
Thank you,
I
Ethan.
think she was
Okay,
just trying to
it-
find out if you were homeschooled.
Yeah. You know how it kind of looks, though, you know.
But like you would
And
type
so-
something
Yeah, that's totally the same as calling CPS on someone.
like that into. I know what you're saying, and I don't want to go anywhere close
Yeah, yeah.
to doxing. I know she's
Yeah.
thoughtful with her
Thanks,
the way she conducts herself, though. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure
I mean-
that wasn't her intention.
it was not.
Yeah, it just it looks it rubs me the wrong way, to be honest.
Okay. Do you guys want to know why I did this? I'm happy to tell you, Madison, why I did this. So, 2 reasons. The first is what Ethan mentioned about how recently there have been multiple people who have done shitty takedown videos of Ethan who happen to be homeschooled. So Ryan Beard was the most recent, and then we had Jake Doolittle, and then was that Nika girl or Mika or Nika? Was she also homeschooled? Her researcher couldn't explain the joke to her. All right. So that was the first reason, because I was like, man, is this another person who, oh shit, I forgot to do the counter.
Sounds like my Saturday night.
I forgot to do the counter.
MF Kobe gave $5. You know,
all right,
you know,
so
you know.
That was the first reason. The first reason was I was like, this cannot be another homeschooled person who's making this sort of like takedown video of Ethan and just doing it terribly. And as like a piggyback on that, because I've critiqued Madison heavily and fairly for the lack of critical thinking she used in her first video, her second video, and then her live stream, I was like, maybe she really is homeschooled. And I wanted to know the answer for this show. Because here in the US, I don't know what it's like elsewhere, here in the US, homeschooling is very loosey-goosey, and it is often used to skirt regulation. Mostly done in like very Christian or very religious families, right? I didn't know anything about her background. I don't fucking care. But I was wondering, based on her lack of critical thinking, her lack of ability to like build a case in like a persuasive way, it seems like she didn't take a lot of English classes. A lot of like standard coursework.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Habanero Sriracha just gave $10.
Please.
Guam, I wanted to sub tonight.
Thank you,
Lies and
Habanero.
deception. Heart suit emoji. Heart suit emoji. Heart suit emoji.
You gotta blame YouTube for that. Make sure you join Discord and you'll know as soon as I'm approved. So I was thinking like there's no way either the public education system is broken beyond repair if it's putting out people like this who can't do research, don't know what objective research is, right? Because she kept harping on objective, unbiased, right? I was like, there's no way she was in public school. And so I asked Grok, and I will show you what I did. And you know what? I think it's actually instructive for Madison that she sees. I mean, she read it, but she didn't really get what I was doing. Here's how you check your research, Madison. Then this is like the lightest of situations, right? I said, hey, Grok, was Madison Harnish homeschooled? Not at all looking for where you went to school, when you graduated, none of that information. Literally just wanted to know if you had ever publicly talked about being homeschooled. This is not doxing. This is not stalking. Everyone. Anyone out there can ask Grok or ChatGPT or anybody else if I've been homeschooled and find out. Obviously not. So, I ask if she was homeschooled. Brings up this weird shit about a high schooler. And if I were you, Madison, this is where I would have stopped. And I would have just put it in, I would have just put it on my stream. I would have been like, breaking news. Madison Harnish is actually a high schooler. But what did I do, Madison? What did I do next? I said, that seems weird. That doesn't seem like the right information. That feels off to me. So I thought critically, and I asked a clarifying question, which, like in other forms of research, you do in your brain, and then you search for sources to see if your theory is right. And then that's when Grok came up with the information that, no, you have not mentioned being homeschooled, right? But then we got the rest of that clip, which kind of proves that I'm right about your educational background and why it seems like you're still not understanding that this was terribly done, and why you definitely have a lot more to learn. So here's the rest of her clip about me.
I can understand why that would rub you the wrong way. Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know,
If that rubs you the wrong way, if someone asking if you've been homeschooled feels like someone is like trying to find out, like someone is stalking you, I don't think you belong being a public figure of any kind. Like, you have 650,000 subscribers on YouTube, which to me is like an insane number based on the quality of at least this piece of your content. How are you so freaked out by one random person who only has a mere 10,000 subscribers? How are you so freaked out that I just wanted to know if you went to homeschool or public school or private school? I am very interested in people's educational backgrounds because I think it informs a lot of things, right? We spend a lot of time in school, or like we should be as a youngin', but that wasn't really the case for you. So let's see this.
some of those things, my aunt's photos being dug through, stuff like that.
She's now listed a total of three ways that she has been harassed beyond belief by H3 fans. The aunt picture is fucked up for sure. That's really gross, and I hope it was none of you who did that. Someone threatening to burn her hoodie, like that they own, and now me.
And she's also gay.
Asking a question. Hey, girl. Thanks, Sky. We're terrorists out here.
People trying to find information about my
That's fucked
husband.
up.
It's like,
Yeah, that's
you know,
totally fucked up.
I totally, you know, I've been more paranoid in this past week than I've been in my entire life. So I understand that feeling. Again, you know.
By the way, the homeschool thing, maybe it sounds weirder to you. There's kind of like a joke that we do on the show where we go, like the last two people I've beefed with, quote unquote, were all homeschooled. So it kind of turned into a joke, like, is this person homeschooled? So I think she was tapping into that.
You know, to be completely transparent, I grew up doing like really, really intense ballet. I was like, basically like dancing 6 hours a day. So I did online school, dual school. So.
Oh, hang on. I am not even doing my click counter because I've been so locked in on this. I think I just need to catch up. Hang on. Hang on. Hey, let's just catch up. We know there's a bunch. I mean, there's been at least 20, right? We'll be charitable here and not give her more than that. But did you hear that?
Transparent. You know, to be completely transparent, I grew up doing like really, really intense ballet. I was like, basically like dancing 6 hours a day. So I did online school, dual school. So, you know, I don't know if that applies, you know.
So she was spitting.
It was like one of the first, you know, programs in my area that like had online school.
Yeah,
you know,
I think it's
where I met my husband.
So she was spitting, kind of. So she was spitting. Listen, if you know me, you know I love nothing more than being right. I know. When she said she met her husband at homeschool, I did think brother husband as well. But I'm sure they have a wonderful, healthy relationship. Shout out to them. But I need to get a new sound that's just for me. It's just about being right. That's gonna have to do for now. That's 3 for 3. Homeschool. The homeschool trope is real. The homeschool trope is real. Guys! was right. And maybe that's why she was so rattled. But the thing is, Madison, the way that you present yourself, the way that you can't really structure an argument tells me...
Celebrate the fat bitches.
Kimberly gave
Thank
5
you,
Australian
Kimberly.
dollars. Guam, congrats on 10K. I'm betting that she will apologize to Snark for being on the show
Oh,
and
I'm
then
sure.
probably
Yeah.
get offline for a bit.
I'm sure she's going... I mean, if I were a betting woman, I would say she's going to say she was victimized by Ethan and Hila. She was ganged up on. That I somehow am stalking her now. You know, I always expected Taylor Lorenz to be the first person to say I was their stalker. So she's a real dark horse, but shout out to her for that. I can't believe I was right. Like, I say this as someone who has taught writing courses. I taught composition at the college level. Like, I can tell that you did not have a traditional background because you don't seem to have any relationship with
Yes, bitch.
like
yes.
the integrity of facts.
Hell yeah.
Not
Sarah
that
Z just gave
is
$10.
something that automatically
But why
comes
are
out of
former
education.
homeschooled so against H3 though? Like, what is going on?
I don't know. Maybe they're just more, and you know, she wasn't in like a religious homeschool, but maybe they're just like more susceptible to like groupthink. Yeah, we clap in cheeks.
Ethan
yes,
Foster gave
I am-
$2. Be nice, guys. She's really, really stupid.
No, we're not going to call her stupid. I think ignorant is such a loaded word, but there are some blind spots. She has some very big blind spots, right? And listen, I am speaking very broadly about homeschool. If I were a parent and I had the ability, I might homeschool. But it would definitely not be whatever these people did. They would probably be learning a lot more deeply. And she grew up in Orange County. Someone said dance culture. Orange County is also super conservative. So yeah. I mean, how do we not take that as a win? How do we not take that as a win?